implicit need, some sort of, perhaps it's some sort of relation that you'll understand to talking about semiotics of paper, using money as paper money as my way of discussing some of the things about the semiotics of paper in general. And within the semiotics of paper, I want to talk about the immediate, the moment's notice, alongside the pleasure of holding, or the creativity of holding, or having it to hand, or handing on, or all those things that are very material, physical performances in paper itself. Back to the numismatic collections that the Pyramus is not. First thing to say is, you'll notice, is that we're not looking at all of different money, and of course that's because the collection is mostly historical. But actually, if you start to look, you can see all this. You can see the same kind of thing that Ricardo was worried about going on. So there's an awful, in these little cases that say, this is a Renaissance Florida from Italy, this is a so-and-so. They're all, as you look at all these different examples of ways in which people make currency, you can see where some things are made of what they claim to be. Some things are the same weight in copper, or the same weight in tea, or whatever it happens to be. There are lots of tea currency in that collection. There are also string money from New Caledonia islands in the Pacific. In the hairy tufts on the ear of the fruit bat are similar to gold in value in New Caledonia. So a very valuable thing is to harvest this hair of fruit bat. It's a very pleasant thing to do, but they must do it. And then you can weave it and dye it in this beautiful string, and that's used as money. Cut off lengths of it according to what you want. Everything like that, where the value is meant to safety pins used in a small change in Oxford market in the 1920s, which we all experienced. Again, a sort of bartering one thing for another. But by the time you get here, these are special editions of stamps, particularly from Germany during the Depression and things like that, where stamps are particularly produced as to use a small change because the unit of exchange got so, there's nothing that goes low enough for the unit of exchange to take place. But where the concept of paper money really starts to get interesting in Pyramus is here. This is Chinese ghost money. Spending on ghosts, or with ghosts, or giving to ghosts. I don't know how it works, but there you have the extraordinaries of their blank sheets of paper. But they have a value in ghost land. You'll have to tell me more about that. I come here partly to find out more about ghost land. I suppose if you ask, I don't know, see how interesting the culture going to be sacred. If you imagine you take them and use them, and you ghost money, you take those and use them in a different way, they're exactly the same, according to what your culture needs to do. Oxford needs to keep the trousers on. There's a completely different way of thinking about all of this, represented by a different kind of museum, the Princeton University Library in the States, has an extraordinarily beautiful collection of printed money, where the emphasis is entirely on the aesthetics. And in fact, they're presented like you present fine art prints, as beautiful engravings of whatever they happen to be. Starting from very early North American, which is British, I think, might be engraving, through to 19th century forms of printing, and 20th century forms of printing, and they're all absolutely exquisite images. And they deserve to be looked at in a way perhaps we never look at money. But it seems a bit odd to spend time looking at these images and thinking about those images, and then realising actually you could bar somewhere and hand them over and somebody give you a beer or something. I think that kind of difference is very interesting. I'll come back. There are contemporary artists who have exploited some of the aspects of what I'm talking about. Most famously, Joe Boggs, American artist who's been drawing money for about 30 years. I've known about his work. But he never exhibits. He just draws American printed money and then takes them to the shop and he sways. I mean, he wants to buy something in a local supermarket. He persuades them to take the money, saying, actually, it's much more valuable than the actual dollar bill would be. Would you like some? And so when you go into a state of currency as artwork, and they're held by people in the same way that money would be held, until, when a collector or a gallery curator or something comes along and says, the only way Boggs never sells his work. He exchanges it for coffee or whatever. But then curators come along and they spend vast amounts of money buying these people in supermarkets and things like that. It's kind of an interesting idea. He's kept going like this for decades, so it must work. Of course, it's a really interesting idea as well. It's the way it completely deflates a lot of the kind of art world aspiration. Very good one. I've never had him in a show. Perhaps we do a money show. The other end of the scale, on YouTube, because I wish well, actually, you can probably find that. I'll give you the address. There's a YouTube film of a Hungarian performance artist, Roman. I was just trying to see his first name. I don't know. I've never met him. I didn't know him before about a year ago. Roman. And there's a piece in 2011 where he takes money from people. You go to his piece where he's performing in a gallery, and you give him a note, and then he puts it through acid and bleach and things like that, and takes everything off till it's back to the paper. So all you've got is the paper bar. And that's from a video of you scrubbing away your money. So you end up with just the paper. And then he invites you to draw on it. And I haven't got the images, the drawings are really crap, absolute crap. That's what you do. Because I suppose they're so worried about what they're drawing on. And he sometimes exhibits them just as pieces of paper. And he sometimes exhibits them as paper that the person has then drawn over. And the idea, a bit like Boggs really, the idea is that you take your money back, and you've still got your money really, it just hasn't got the printing on it anymore. It's just when you're drawing on it, or you're writing on it, then you use the money. I mean, this is subversion in art, as we're all very familiar with. It seems, a lot of the artists I work with sit around all night trying to pick up these things. This kind of idea about money, which I think those artists are expressing by confronting the actual value in some kind of way, the promised value of money. This kind of idea has been around for a long time, and probably the seminal voice here is that of Gilles Simmel, a philosopher, really. I'm sure you remember philosopher, although people call him a sociologist. He wrote a massive book on money, which is poetic in terms of beautiful, roundabout arguments about why money has become the greatest, most purest sign that we have, really. And it's a sign for signage, really, in his way of thinking. His argument is, and I could have made this presentation all about symmetry, but I'll just very quickly say, he was interested in using money to describe modernity, as he understood it. He was writing the third circle. And he's saying that we've now reached a stage that Ricardo was worried about. That is, there's the promise to pay and be forever deferred. But what we now have is something that money just makes money. It doesn't really mean anything like that. It's in a state of pure transformation and exchange all the time. And it never has to be anything else. He talks about paper money as being the closest we can get to understanding modernity as a kind of total nounness. It's just what it's for at that moment, as it's handed over, as it's received. Undimensional noun. He also talks about this process of transformation, continuous movement, as a kind of vibration or oscillation in cultural life. And the example he uses, interestingly, is French sculptor Auguste Rodin. And he uses Rodin because Rodin's sculptures were famously loose-limbed and vibratory, even though his bronzes are heavy bronze, the sculptures look as though they're just about to fall over, move away. They're always moving precariously. Amazing steps were taken in the 1890s when he was really at the height of his career. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And I thought I'd just show you this photograph of, I'm going to show a Rodin sculpture in a minute, but Rodin standing among some of his works. They're all in plaster, and you can answer this in a minute. But you can perhaps see just from this plaster cast of the clay model how much he leaves the surface. Next to the surface, the wall speaking. Everything is faceted and moving about in the most remarkable way. So the objects actually, as you walk up to them in a gallery, they are very mobile. But there was a kind of flux about Rodin's activities as a sculptor beyond the formal thing. There was a kind of status movement or transformation in his practice. Because, famously, at a certain stage, it was very popular through the first half of his career, and then about halfway through, he had become famous enough to be commissioned to do a couple of major civic monuments, both of which were refused when the council, the commissioning body, saw what he'd done. Because actually people felt that his pieces were perhaps too fluid to represent that sort of stability and security. There's a nice quote in Zimmel where he talks about in modern life all that is substantial and secure, are the words he uses, is transformed into movement. And just thinking of, you can imagine thinking of Rodin in this sense, and what the way that the money exchange works. Because this is, for a long time, this was the only way you could get to this famous refused monument about Rodin made. And it's a photograph taken by an American photographer who was fascinated by photography. It's interesting that the translation of the sculptures for a long time was very important. And Rodin himself preferred the photographs often. He felt, when he saw this photograph of the Balzac monument, he said, at last I understand what I'm doing with it. And interestingly, I must mention this, it's very, very important, and I have trouble explaining it to you. The photograph was taken by moonlight in Rodin's studio of the bronze, of the plaster, not the bronze. At this point, because it wasn't going to be commissioned, there was no hope of it ever becoming bronze. In fact, if it had, and it was eventually turned into bronze, much, much later after Rodin had died and put exactly where it was going to be put if they commissioned it. and it's in plaster, that plaster would be destroyed in order to make it into bronze. Very, very interesting sort of moment in the life of the sculpture in production. So it's not a finished object in the sense that we would normally think about. It's not yet a being product that could be put out there in the world. Because this happened, art historically speaking, because this happened to Rodin, because his sculptures too, there's another one, the Gates of Hell, which was a similar architectural commission, both failed within a few years of each other. Because of that, he did this extraordinary thing. He became the first contemporary sculptor in the sense that he started exhibiting plasters in museums, in exhibitions and galleries. Kind of interesting. He became a sort of anti-sculptor at that point. And actually there are now so many casts of these around, they've multiplied. There's this feeling of they're everywhere, like an image. Just to underline this fragility built within the sculptural process, I just want to talk about two things that are sort of related to this. One, and it relates to what I think of as different from the white cube experience of exhibiting, and that is the nature of collection holding. So someone like Pitt Rivers. Pitt Rivers is not just exhibiting, it's holding the collection in a certain kind of a way. A place like the Baltic doesn't have a permanent collection. It just had, I just recently took it in there. I took my artwork in and I took it out. I did the holding. They hold nothing. These are plaster casts that I've just been talking about, of Greek and Roman sculptures, but our university, Northumbria University, they're very out of fashion. Nobody works with plaster casts. They used to be used as exemplars of sculptural form. They used to be drawn and studied. Now they just stay in a cupboard and nobody looks at them at all. They ignore them and quite often they try to destroy them. It's very cast smashing. It has its own history. From the 50s onwards, cast collections in art schools were mostly broken up. Northumbria just has a few. Beside it is a photograph of a record made by my father. You were talking about this morning about oral memory. He did almost literally what you were talking about, where he could earn money going around holiday camps in the 1940s, recording messages for people who had still, their sons were still abroad in the army doing service after the Second World War. He thought he could send recordings from these, and in fact, for about 4 or 5 years, he built, with his uncle, he built a recording studio in a van, and they used to spend their summers driving around holiday camps, making these records and sending them off. And I grew up with boxes of the failures, the ones that didn't work, or tests. And the interesting thing was, about 10 years ago, I suddenly remembered this. I was doing an exhibition about memory and storage in a museum, and I thought, well, I remember those records. And when I came to find them, all of them, because he used very cheap materials, the shellac on the surface of the aluminium discs had gone either turned to dust, or it had become so brittle that it, like this one, it's just crackling up off the surface. And I've been to various people, nobody thinks that we can get sand off them anymore. Really interesting to hold these objects and know your father's voice is on. I can remember playing them when I was a kid, and I recognise most of them, very few of them having writing on them. They're hundreds of them. And I thought, what am I going to do for this exhibition about these? How interesting. They are, that it's there as an object, but what it does is no longer available to me. And so we both, I have this way of using paper to, this moment, paper to modify and augment and change these kinds of situations. So broken casts is my current speciality. I sort of screw up drawings and dress them up. And with my father's records, I scan them, very massive files, and print them in high quality. And I started suddenly struck me that the print of my father's records, because they're flat thin, on a piece of paper that looks as though the record thin, is actually equal to the record, really. They're both as unplayable as each other. And so there's a sort of visualness. And so I draw it at one time. It's like playing them. I know it sounds really stupid, but that kind of drawing activity over the top. But they sit there, same size on these. These drawings are made to be put in archives in museums, so they're not publicly displayed, they sit in drawers. You open the drawer and there's a whole sheet of them. None of this would be on my mind if it wasn't for Charles Symons Peirce, and that we've already been talking about him yesterday. One of the things that struck me about photographing or scanning my father's records and printing them at that kind of quality, I mean, if a sheet of paper is sitting down on the table and somebody walks in, like into the paper studio, they often say, oh, they feel as though they pick it up. And I started to wonder about what kind of semiotic value status this has. And I know that Umberto Eco talks often about prosthetics, which is where the semiosis is not quite in play, that you're just, like a telescope just takes you nearer to the moon. It's sort of sign of the moon. It's just removes them. I keep thinking of them as, I keep thinking of these record drawings as being prosthetic presences or records in some kind of way. And my actions as a drawer on it is something to do with the record, not the drawing. Now, I want to quickly take you through some Peircean ideas. I must introduce him as a person who never published, could fail to be in any research assessment, he had no academic career. Right at the beginning, he messed up his academic career by sort of misconduct. He married a wife or a daughter of a fellow academic of his father who was very important, and it ended quickly in divorce. It was all very unfortunate. Then he ran off with Juliet, who's quite an important person, a French dancer, and he lived the rest of his life outside of the academic world. But nevertheless, managed to invent pragmatism and semiotics and all kinds of other things, just as working for the US Customs all his life. I think it's an extraordinary thing. Mostly we know about what he thought from his notes, which look like this. In fact, this is a significant page where he's beginning to work out the semiotic process. I think it's really interesting that we know that Saussure is very similar, in fact. We know mostly about Saussure's lectures from his students. He notes things. Well, Peirce had a lot to say about him, and particularly about the blank paper as a way of, he called it the site of enunciation. And it's interesting, this is the talk I do for the paper studio is about blank sheets of paper. And in fact, actually, there's a magazine in England, a very satirical magazine, which has a section, it's called Private Eye, and it has a section in it called Suits Corner, where pompous pieces of English thinking are held up to ridicule. And somebody sent them my text for the blank sheet of paper, and actually I appeared in Suits Corner with this piece about blank paper. I was interested. Somebody sent me, I didn't know it was there, somebody sent me this photocopy of it written on the top with a question mark, research outcome. I think the interesting way to talk about Peirce and blank paper was that this site of enunciation for him was a way of making a shortcut to logical thinking. He was a mathematician by training, thought in this kind of way. So essentially, what he thought was, if you took a sheet of paper and you drew a circle around it, what you did was he called the circles cuts, and this, or he developed a whole system of logic that could be done completely visually and in a sense materially by just dividing up the sheet of paper. So, I'm sorry, it's a bit. In here, this is a circle, and in it I put minus paper, because that, by cutting it off, you make something else. But you do this to it, that it reverses the system, and the bit in the middle now becomes plus. So that's plus p, and now this is the minus p. And so you can go on. And by adding content to these cuts, you can do equations. They work a bit like brackets. And actually, when they're done properly, this is on page 1.